Hi everybody, welcome back to part 2 of old maps. So, didn't really get to flick through the pictures at the end of the last video, so I thought I'd just carry on from where I stopped. It was about halfway through the selection of pictures I've got anyway, so I'll probably do another video out of them. So on this one, I just noticed that there was an awful lot of mountains everywhere recorded, especially in Antarctica. It also shows animals as well. And nowadays known that it's all ice, and as far as we're aware there's no animals there. Leads me to believe that when this was drawn there wasn't any ice there. And Terra del Fuga just had a note on part 1 from Hungary Life saying that translates to land of fire as well. Being in Antarctica, that's quite an odd name. Given its current state of frozenness. But yeah, it's really fascinating. It's just, I also find it quite strange how the mountains always follow lines and patterns. Nonetheless, yes, I did that have a year. I can't see one. So a map of Scotland, quite an old one, and it shows, I don't know what they're supposed to be. It looks like swords, so I don't think they're forts or castles. They might be, but I don't know. Oh no, the castles are these ones here. So there's an awful lot of castles around this area, around the east coast of Scotland. Not so many around the west. There's a couple, but not many. And the flags of all the tribes. One of them even is my name. Who knows, maybe I descended from one of the Scottish tribes. Quite an interesting picture. So this one about America. Can't really read a year in there. Can't zoom in very far. But septennial. So this is still one of the old maps. I was wondering, what are these? That's Africa there. And, I can't read any of this, but it just looks like there's an awful lot of names there. So, so it's quite detailed. It would be detailed if we could see the detail, but it seems like there's quite a lot of information on there. Here's another one of the Tartary ways. Here is showing paths. Rus, so it's Europe, Russia, Mulgum, Tangent, Katha, Kali, Siwaza, Mongol. So yeah, it's quite an interesting one as well. And once again, I can't see a date. 5. Polar Arctic. This is an old one, just taken out of a book, but it's showing the Northlands. Showing the Northlands. And there's Greenland, and that one. I know one of these 4 is uninhabited. I don't know which one, but I think it might be that one from one of the previous maps saying something in another language, with one of the words being inhabited. There's Frisner. There's just so much that Google Earth's forgotten to put on their maps nowadays. How did they miss it with all them satellites but moving around in the vastness of space? So we've got America Septentrionalis, Francia, then Nova Canada, Nova Britannia. We've got California, well, it's called Insular California. It's its own island with a river going through it with a name, Vermio. Some dodgy looking feet islands. Amsterdam. So here we've got Meridionalis Pars, the land of the middle. Hispaniola, Cuba. Now what are these things? I don't understand. It's very interesting anyway. Animals everywhere. Another Roman one. This shows that there's probably 4 points in the Southland, in beyond the equator. There's 4 points of which we can reach Antarctica on this map, whereas on the globe, when you look at the globe, Google Earth nowadays, it kind of shows that you could have 3 points, but the 3 points would be 1, 2 and 3 there, but even then only really South America is close-ish to get to, whereas on here it kind of shows that once upon a time it wasn't that difficult to get there from 4 different locations. And I was just wondering if anyone knows, does cognita mean undiscovered and incognita mean discovered? I'm just not too sure what they're saying there. But this one's also shown lots of islands in the Pacific and lots of islands in the Atlantic as well. And star forts and castles around America, Russia, Europe and Africa. None down here though, by the looks of it. And none quite up as high as Mongol. Here's another one out of a book of Tartary, year I-667. There's Pacific there, that'll be America there. Alaska nowadays, I suppose. Glacier there. So John Strice back in his day could have potentially not gone this way if it was a glacier. It would have had further to walk. So it's likely he might have landed down here in India ways and then travelled up to Tomsk. In here we've got Kithay, Kalmyk, Tatar, the Kalmyk Tatar, Permia, Muscovy over here, and Crimea, Nagaya, Bactriana, Brainiac, Partie de la Chine. So quite a lot of towns and cities named on there, as well as a glacier. Didn't really see anywhere else as of yet. This one, I can't even remember where I got it. It's almost like someone's filled in, handwritten in the locations. It's also showing that Atlantis in the Atlantic there. there was a couple of bits in here that I saw that interested me. That was the reason I kept it on here. I can't see them right now. Atlantean Temple, Hyperboreans. So it's saying Hyperboreans lived in England and Denmark. Plato there, which is what, Greece? Saying of Atlantis, Princess of Atlantis. Atlas. Oceanide, Atlanteans. Don't know if that's Titans or not. Oceanus, Pillars of Heaven. Cave of the something wings, maybe. Poseidon. End of World. Neptune's Island. Oceania. Marooned. Water people. Oh yeah, water people in America. I don't know what that's all about. But like I say, this has all been handwritten in, so I don't really know what this is all about. A map of Britannia. It's not that new, because it's got all this area called, I can't even read that, but this area is Caesariensis, my god. And up here a bit higher it's Flavia, and these are not the counties' names today. Up here Cartariensis, that's Cartariensis. But if that's showing England, England's going up quite a bit higher there than it used to. Britannia, Wales is still Wales. Can't really read much from there, but there's lots of lines around. I don't know if they're meant to be roads. I know they're grid points, I suppose, aren't they? Yeah, grid points. Here's a Roman one of Muscovy and Tartary description. We've got Caspian Sea, I think, and depicting people with bows and arrows and camels and trees and tents and Moyada. Yeah, this one shows a lot of tents, I think. I was going to say star forts and castles, but I think they might be tents with atmospheric electricity gathering equipment on the top. Who knows? That's Tartary. Here's the Joker with the map in his face. And I can't translate this, but it'd be interesting to know what that says. It looks like that is floating above that rather than being connected to it. So I'm wondering if there's a meaning behind that. And that says there Stastorum Infinitus something numerous. Est numerous. Solomon. Stultus factus est omnis hom. Oh god, I wish I knew foreign languages. So another one of Tartaria with Europe, Russia attached, the Black Sea in the eastern ways, India, China underneath, America to the side. Japan looking quite big there. actually called Japan because no J's existed in them days. But they had star forts, castles or tents, whatever they are, they had them there as well. I know there's a place underwater, subterranean area of this massive carved rock somewhere near Japan that clearly was carved above sea level when it was done. It doesn't really look like you can explain what it was, but I'm sure you'll know what I'm talking about. It's a really known place. It looks like giants have just been cutting slabs of rock out of it, to be honest, and just randomly all over it. It's just random sized steps all over it. It's somewhere in the ocean around here. But where I was saying in one of my other videos where there might be land here, there, on different countries, pretty much all the countries, if there was people doing expeditions, subterranean expeditions in them places on the maps that I was pointing at, you might find that there's an awful lot of stuff under the water there from pre-flood days. I can't see a date on this one either. Here's another one in New York City. I was saying in the last video, I'll show something a bit later on. And this here is a poster of someone with their hotel here, saying, showing how easily the weary traveller may reach the Herald Square Hotel, wherein he will find rest, comfort and hospitality to which he is entitled, even in this day and age. Showing that in them days they thought it was a late day and age. Nonetheless, the city has been made way beyond what it needs, and there's places spread out. So to me this just shows that it was a used city in the past, and it's just been cleared out, you know, been destroyed and cleared out and ready for the next pallet. And some of the buildings remain from it, including the Empire State. You know, it's got no other buildings here. It's got the names for all the avenues, the 42nd Street there. You know, you got the names of the streets. Holland Tunnel. Holland keeps popping up everywhere as well. But yeah, what I want to show is, like, see how the roads here are all high level. At a time when cars weren't even in existence yet. So why would you have high level roads like that, with areas to come drive down, and you don't even have cars? If you're just taking horse and cart, you wouldn't need to elevate it like that. Whatever material you used at that elevated level could quite easily have gone on the ground. There's no need to raise it all. Then you've got the Bronx over here, which is the lowlands of New York. But there's the bridge already in place. Queen's looking a bit empty as well. So this is Virginia, Secautown. Can't see a date. Oh yeah, I've got one up here, 1590. So Virginia was around in 1590. Don't know if Columbus was on that boat or Columbus, but even in 1590 there's a few names, a few places in Virginia. Know aware of the rivers and their mountains. So we've got the world here, looking a bit flat on the back there. America looking massive, like I showed you before. Lots of islands. Solomon Dudley. Hendon. Waterland. Yeah, that other map where there was water people over here. They came from Waterland. And Pictorius Island was the one I was trying to talk about before, with New Zealand's there, and South America's there. Pictorius Islands would be about here somewhere, probably them ones. And you see a couple of islands going this way towards New Zealand and up towards Asia, but that was it. And this is just showing loads of islands, so where have they all gone? If this is a post-flood map, then they wouldn't be underwater today, they should still be there. Showing separate islands. Land Van Magellan. We've got Chile and Paraguay. America. And then, yeah, this land on Japan looking strange again, like it did in one of the other pictures. The land of Yedso. Anyone heard of that before? Botch Van S. Jacob, or Yeko. You've got Tartary, and the Chinese above Tartary, or is Chinese Tartary there? Tillet. Bull's Beak. Yeah, somewhere over is Magog as well. Don't know where Gog is, but wondering if another country, maybe Russia, had Gog. Tartary had Magog, and like in scripture where it says Gog and Magog go to war. I don't know, just thinking out loud. Muscovy there, looking quite big, and part of Europe. Persian, Indian, Chinese. Excuse me. But in this map they're already removed northern and southern lands. I don't know when it was dated. Amsterdam map. No date. Another one of Americas. These things in here. Canada above, Nova Francia, Florida, Nova Mexico, California, Hispania, Terra Firma, Guyana, and the Solomon Islands. Equinoctialis. Equinox. Interesting. So this is independent Tartary. Showing that they ride on horse and have tents. The bride chase, marriage custom for Tartar. So chase the bride. Cockand, Bakara, Rundu. Can't even read that. Calfsum, Kiva, the Aral Sea. Lots of places named in that one. And around the mountain areas they like as well. So, La Grande Tartaria. This is Septentrionalis Vera Tartaria. This area up here. This one's the Kaimachiti. This is the Tartaria Desert, which spans over a few different areas. It's so hard to read these. Here's one of the Indian Ocean, Madagascar, Australia, Nova Holland, and a number of islands in between. What's that? What are these dots? Tartary here, China underneath, India, and Gangnam, Tibet, Japan, Korea, that was really detailed in Orientals. Jenkinson map. I put this one on because it's showing Tartary that they're all in red or blue. Isn't that like what Masons do, the red and blue? They've also got the compass there as well. Excuse me. So maybe they were into Masonry as well. I don't know. Got their trees everywhere. Not so many lakes like you see on Google Earth nowadays. Camels, tents. So here we have, I'm guessing, America and Canada. If that's Greenland there. That is La Nova Franca. And La Florida, oh yeah. Showing California as halfway there to being an island, or halfway there to not being an island, should I say. And Japan, looking more like it's a part of America than Asia. An awful lot of islands down in Antarctica as well. Atlantic. Pygmy Reg, Terra del Laborador. So here we have another Tartary one from com.germanmiles. This being probably an old picture. Why have they got .com? Did they have internet back then? Just saying, it threw me off when I first saw it. This is showing Tartary from its far ends down to the Caspian Sea. Tagalistan, China, Regine, Samoyeda, Mongol, and a line of mountains running through the middle there, somewhere over here being a desert, and then Russia, Muscovy here. I think we saw this one before. It showed all the mountains in the south. So this one's not very clear, so there's no point trying to get some picture out of it. This one looks quite good. Another Roman one from J594. Showing south, going all the way up here. Terra Australis, Magallanica Terra Australis. Stuff from there. My video's almost over. Oceanus Tartarius and the Northlands. And also showing stuff. People going to war. People riding rhinos with armour. In Europe, people just talking. Just a load of bull everywhere. Fascinating. Peruana. People are alligators in Africa. Oh. Another Tartary map. Mongol and Tartary down here, and Groot over there. So, I mean, if there are people out there that haven't heard of Tartary before and you talk to them about it, and they accuse you of making up fairy tale lands, there's plenty of evidence here to show that either a lot of map makers were living in a fairy tale world spread out over centuries. It's either that, or people need to just like look into things more and just not accuse people of making things up, especially if they're trying to insist they have the proof. And you know, to me, you know, it just shows that sometimes maybe people don't want to wake up. So yeah, there's a picture of the ancient city of Jerusalem, a plan view of the court. But look at these buttresses on the side, if that is Solomon's temple, down at the bottom of the Mount of Olives. Look at the size of buttresses and all that, and all these stairs. And if these are massive buildings as they are, look at the size of that. And these stairways even going up like that, probably magnificent in themselves. And then, you know, the whole city separated. So you've got the Mount Salem, the new city, and then the upper city, and then the temple below the Mountain of Olives. Quite a good picture. Another Tartaria. I can't read that, so. But these are all tents everywhere. They've got lots of tents set up. I doubt they were much like what we have today at our festivals. People just pitch up their tents, and I'm guessing these lot, because they own their land, just take the rubbish after instead of leaving it for the farmer. There's a date there, I-540 or 590 maybe. Anyway, my video is going to run out in literally seconds, so here are the remaining pictures. Oh, that is it. That's just them last two. So yeah, I did have more, but they were the best ones to zoom in on out of what I had, so they're the ones I've shown. But even a couple of 100 years ago, things were completely different to what they are now. I mean, yeah, they didn't have planes in the sky with cameras underneath, pretending to be satellites. But they did seem to know what they were doing when it came to drawing maps, so there's definitely more to look into in these things. Hope you all enjoyed, and look forward to speaking to you all again soon. God bless. Goodbye.